transform and...
The following content contains adult language and humor that is not suitable for viewers under the age of 18. Viewer discretion is strongly advised. The views and opinions expressed during the following video content are those of the individual and may not reflect those of others. Thank you.
Pacific414 Pop Talk is here. Sit back and relax and join the conversation. We've got Baron, Norman, Tags, Cash Money, 007, and even Mike too. Pop culture, entertainment, news and reviews. Discussions are had, opinions made. From the panel to the chat, everyone is welcome here. Reactions, watch parties, and special guests. We like to have a good time. Pacific414 Pop Talk is underway. Pull up a seat, we're inviting you to stay. Articles, collectibles, reviews, you say. Baron, Cash, and Mike bring the fun tonight. Now sit back, relax, enjoy the show. Don't forget to like or comment below. We almost forgot to share out the show. Pacific414 Pop Talk is one of a kind. It's true. Well, true. It's true. It's true. Back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome one and all to tonight's edition of Pacific414 Pop Talk, coming to you live on the Pacific414 YouTube channel, the Rumble channel, and of course X. And tonight we are going to be watching Beavis and Butthead Do America. Beavis and Butthead Do America came out in December of 1996 and is based off of Beavis and Butthead, the television series that was on MTV, created by Mike Judd. You know, he created Office Space, Key in the Hill, and a few other things. But tonight, let's just all sit back, relax, and enjoy this watch party. Now, for those of you who may be asking, Mike, where are Baron and Cash? Well, Baron and Cash are both under the weather. That is why they are not here this evening, but I am. And I'm here to bring you tonight's watch party, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. But of course, Baron is currently in the chat right now, and he's saying, dropping a like and going to bed. Great film and enjoy. Now, his side of the story is that he ran away. And he's saying the reason why he ran away is because of a pay dispute. Don't lie. And that he's currently on strike. Don't lie. You're lying. Your nose is growing. You may not be here, but everybody can see your nose growing. You're lying. But, Baron, you're not even on the panel and you're trouble. I swear, man. I swear. Why don't you go into bed right now and get rid of that crud that you have right now? And same to you, Cash, in case you're listening. Both of you. I'm giving you direct orders. Bed rest. And Baron says his nose is running. Well, you better go after it and catch it, Baron. Achoo! Yeah. I didn't know if you wanted me to say what it was because we did talk before the stream started, but yeah, unfortunately for Baron, he's got the coof. So let's all wish him well, speedy recovery. I know Cash is under the weather, but he didn't specify what he had, so. Cash just dived in his money bin. Probably diving in it right now. But you know what happens, Baron, when he dives into that money bin of his? It happens to him every time. Why do you think he has to go to the hospital every time it happens?
Ah! It's not a liquid! It's a great many pieces of solid matter that form a hard floor-like surface! Ah!
Let's see what other things Baron has to say. FYI, the long suffering has it also and is in hospital for a couple of days. Yes, yes. I do want to send out prayers to her, being back in the hospital. I hope everything goes well, and I hope it is only a couple days and not any longer for her. So, if you're listening at long suffering, you know, best wishes to you. Get well soon, and let's see who else we've got here. It's Shane, also known as You're On. It says, "My goodness." Yeah, that's right. That's right. It's just a solo show. It's just me. Sorry to disappoint. I will start playing the movie once I acknowledge everybody in the chat, Baron. You backstreet streamer. I said backstreet. I meant backseat. Yeah, definitely. I want you both to feel better, both the long suffering and Baron. Of course, Cash, if you're listening, feel better, brother. And also, Padawannabe, since you're the first member I've seen in the chat today, I do want to let all channel members know that this Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern, we will have a member stream for all channel members. So come on by, and if you have a topic you want to discuss, well, we can discuss it. And Baron says, I didn't know Cash was as fat as me. Oh boy. I know it forces me to have to do a solo show instead of having some of the banter off, and that's fine. I mean, I've got to do it every once in a while anyway. And let's see. The hospital is her spring home. Oh, please, please, Bear. Let's think positive for her. Let's think positive, especially after the last few years, brother. And I do want to say hello to the princess of YouTube, the lovely Leia Rose. How are you doing, Leia? Good to see you. And Euron says, hope you get better, Baron. Yeah, we all do. And Leia Rose does say hello to Baron, and she also says hello to Cash. So, gentlemen, you have your well wishes, and that's a good thing. Baron's thanking everybody. And Baron says the disappointment is having Cash. And then Baron says, no, play it was for the clip. I played it. I played it. God, he's a backseat streamer, everybody. I'm not here today, but I'm gonna backseat the stream and tell Mike exactly what I wanted him to do during the stream. Leia Rose says hello to Padawannabe. And Yaron says, I want to talk about the impact of mosquitoes on the Ugandan genocide. Well, I mean, we could talk about it, but I'd rather watch Beavis and Butthead. I don't know about anyone else. And Baron says, "Hey all, I'm staggering away. I love you all in the chat, and do not let DJ sit in my chair if he shows up. No promises can be made, Baron." Yes, definitely, definitely, brother. Let's hope it's just 2 days, brother. And Baron also says, "Don't say hello to Cash. He is just that out in the tofu joint." Okay, fine. He's getting this kale wrap tofu covered in teriyaki, I bet. But, ladies and gentlemen, after I read this last comment, I will go ahead and start the movie. And Baron says, "Night all, do not laugh too hard. The real reason Cash and I are not here is that this is really a live stream of us on Patrol Live." Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I'll be honest, Baron. I was thinking about being funny about it until you told me, you know, what you had, and I was gonna say, yeah, tonight we're gonna watch Baron and Cash do America. This is their adventure that they went on in the '90s, and it's pretty interesting. But without further ado, everybody, I'm going to go ahead and hit play. The Cosme link is pinned to the top of the chat on YouTube and Rumble, and I posted it below the video in the comments section on X. So, everybody, here we go. Be funny, damn it. It's my chicken soup. A lot of my jokes land flat. You know that, Baron. But, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, Beavis and Butthead do America. And here's Baird. He's 50 feet tall. And follow Baron's advice. Remember, like, share, subscribe, tell your enemies about us. And here's Cash. There's your clues, guys. Footprints, doors open, broken glass on the window. Hey, DJ, what's up, brother? Unfortunately, there's one gentleman here tonight. Both Cash and Barrett are sick. Barrett's got COVID, and Cash is under the weather. If anybody wants to join me on the panel, I can send you the link. I mean, you know, he likes his propane and propane accessories. I can hear you, DJ. I got no problem with it. The way I look at it, DJ, if people don't want to be on the panel, but they want to talk while they're in Cosby, we could do it that way. Yeah, I I have a plan right now. All right, brother. Yep, that sounds like Baron right now. And of course, this movie has Robert Stack. It's got Bruce Willis, Demi Moore, Cloris Leachman providing their voices. Good evening, Lady Miss. How are you doing this Wednesday? Good, good. That's a no. And of course, this movie was a request of FKHC 2005, also known as Tube. course, back when this movie was made, you didn't have to worry about going through the checkpoints like you do now when you get to the airport. And Lady Miss says hello to DJ Run a Jeep. Again, if you're just joining, the Cosby link is pinned to the top of the chat on YouTube and Rumble, and it's posted in the comment section underneath the video on X. Yeah, unfortunately, Lady Miss, both Cash and Baron are sick. Baron's got the coof. And of course, he takes all of them. Back when there were in flight meals. Beavis and Butthead were never the brightest bulbs of the bunch. They can't even read their own names. And thank you for thumbing everything up on YouTube and Rumble, Pat. I want to be appreciate it, brother. Cash and Baron at it again. Admiral Teague, how you doing, brother? He wouldn't tell me. Baron told me because he called me to let me know, and then Cash joined the call on Discord, but he wouldn't tell me what he had, so I don't know. Admiral Teague says I'm overworked and under-talented. Hi, everyone. This is Demi Moore's best movie. Probably. All she had to do was provide her voice. Robert Stack. He just can't deal with that now. Hey, Tim. Oh, you didn't exactly fix it, boys. You know what? When the country goes to hell, we know who to blame. Beavis and Butthead. Tim says fire. The Arthur Brown story. I know that. You know that, Tim. But for the sake of the movie, the generators don't kick in. Huh? Look familiar? Yeah, yeah. He like said unit. And of course, only Beavis and Butthead could be entertained by a donkey taking a shit. Little ACDC. Nice. Beavis and Butthead never got on the bus. They're too busy flushing the urinals. Oh, yeah, no, I'm sure it is Beavis and Butthead. You could use some religion. Or they just went right past you. Everyone else is saying grace. They're me and Beavis and Butthead. It's confessional, guys. But they don't know the difference. And they've been smited. Oh, Tim. And they're just gonna walk because they're Beavis and Butthead. He said deep and hard. Just trying to go along with the movie, folks. I don't think Mr. Anderson gets it. Beavis and Butthead are seeing their future. There's your Miranda rights for you. Well, you talk about the apple not falling too far from the tree. Their fathers are, well, just like them. They're just like their fathers. Yep, I loved you, Beavis and Butthead. Nah, not Beavis and Butthead. They can't die. Mm. Well, that egg was fertilized. He's hallucinating because of all the sun poisoning. Kids, start the drugs, okay? And don't stay out in the sun too long, okay? It'd be interesting. Hell, I was a senior in high school when this movie came out. Of course, they go through another checkpoint, but they never check the trunk. Running backwards does help. And we have a multi-vehicle pile up on I-95. I know that. Mm. Washington State. Like, how do wanna be? Yeah. How you doing, Pat?
Good. Oh, let me switch my picture, and then I gotta switch. Okay, now I'm good. Oh, well, I thought I switched my thing. Oh, I didn't do it right.
Take your time, brother.
Okay, there we
That's
go.
about right
I
for
got everything
Washington.
shut off. Okay.
How's your day been, Pat?
Oh, good. Figure if you're gonna go Lone Ranger, you need a Tonto.
Mhm. Well, for watching Beavis and Butthead, I need someone to be Butthead to
Oh,
my Beavis.
you can't watch this by yourself. Yeah. I had to go to the store, so I should be able to make it back in enough time. We'll be fine. It's such a good soundtrack. I have the soundtrack for this film, but I don't have the movie.
I mean, you think about the songs that are on the soundtrack. You could just sit down and listen to it and rock out.
No, it's good. Yeah, there's a lot of. I didn't know any of the songs, but I saw all the artists on it. It's like, well, I like No Doubt. I like I like White Zombie. I like Red Hot Chili Peppers. So I'm gonna score. Everybody scored. Oh yeah. You said it, Sonny. 1.5 million. Oh, this song's on that? Oh my goodness. That is. I can't remember. I forgot about that though. This guy's voice is too serious for this movie.
That's perfect, Robert.
It does. It does. It does. And kind of the joke on him dealing with these dudes. It's like, yeah, you'd bet. Oh no, is it Speed?
No drowse.
Oh,
Caffeine
no doubt,
pills.
yeah. Oh no, here he comes. This is when he comes out. Oh my god, dude. Probably would have been cool with like 4 of them, but oh my goodness.
Taking half the bottle, then he's gonna wind up like Jesse from Saved by the Bell.
He like raided that old lady's purse for sweets.
Yeah.
yeah, candy.
Caffeine pills, sweets, sugar
oh
high.
My goodness, yep. I haven't seen this in so long. This is cool. I like this. That's the whacking trailer.
Them boys been whacking off in my trailer, I tell you what.
They whole whacking. Why do you say it like that? What, whack? I'm just saying whacking. G-Pack, that sounds like a rap group.
Yeah, we're G-Pack.
This is what makes me laugh is he had to do a bunch of voiceover of just all this just ridiculous noise.
And doing their last one. I remember when Beavis and Butthead first came out, God. Mike Judge would even say that he would first record, one, and then he would record the other. And
it would be hard enough. That's so funny though. I mean, even when you're writing it, you're like, you got to be thinking, you're like, God, who's going to laugh? I'm laughing my butt off, but who's going to laugh at this? Mm-hmm. Not Hank.
not Hank, but a lot of people believe that Mr. Anderson was
definite
Hank
inspiration.
Hank.
Yeah.
The prototype, if you want.
I mean, it's obvious he had the voice there. He had an idea for a character, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Then he puts a family with him, and it's like, oh, now he has purpose. Oh, no. I'm a gringo. Oh my gosh.
They're gonna raid the White House.
So much of this like has come true too. It's kind of funny.
Yeah. But think about it. They wouldn't be able to make a movie like this today.
Oh no, not at all. Even like a dude, where's my car would, I don't know if it would sell. You know, the humor's too insulting to too many these days.
Mm-hmm.
If your bunghole goes, rah, I think you need to go to the hospital. Oh no. Stairs.
And Butthead could just roam the White
Stroll
House
around,
without being spotted.
yeah. He's just on a Sunday stroll. Oh, is that Chelsea?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's Chelsea.
Who you think y'all got? Chelsea Clinton? Oh, that's hilarious. Oh my god. Oh, you look like me. My unit? That's a pants unit? Yeah! Oh my god. I don't know where those characters are, sir.
I'm gonna need you to repeat that, sir.
They spell it out like the quote from Cubert. Just
Oh gosh.
it's just like hashtag pound sign
At
exclamation
sign, yeah, exclamation mark.
Coño, you're not. Escavukisa. What is this bunghole?
Yeah, all the foreign
Oh my
dignitaries
god.
interacting with Beavis.
We're the only country that doesn't think that's funny. Come on. And he just walks out. No
Yep.
security.
No security. ATF doesn't realize they're there.
Oh no, he found the trailer again.
Hey, Dadman, what's up, brother?
Oh, it's over here. I tell you what.
Dadman says, love this lurking, watching while working. Mr. Anderson, I tell you what.
He's working in my trailer again.
Watch.
Hey, What? Martin, straighten up. Hate to say, I might just have to burn that whole trailer.
That's the best thing to do. No amount of bleach will be able to take care of what a Beavis
Just
put in there.
open up the propane tank and let her burn with all that propane accessories. Standoff. Bunghole, 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 bunghole. How many different ways can you say the word?
I just wonder how many outtakes there were when Mike Judge was recording this.
I know. How could you take it seriously? It'd just be ridiculous. Might get like 5 to 6 bungholes out before you start laughing. So we need some TP. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. Bunghole.
Sad it is. We have some people like Beavis and Butthead in the world today.
No, oh my god, no kidding. Oh. And not only did he record all this, he had to practice it.
Yeah.
I wrote a song today. My bunghole. Oh my goodness.
And now it's coming off his caffeine high.
Hearing it. Uh-oh. Tackle. Oh no. And that's what that chick put in it, right?
Yep.
Sounds all evil.
It's about right.
Whoa. What's this? Oh my gosh. National crisis averted.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. The justice system doesn't make mistakes.
Nope.
All right, there goes your ride, dude.
Yep.
Damn it.
No, Beavis. No, Butthead. We don't need either
No.
one of your units.
Not even an analog.
Yeah, poor Mr. Anderson, but I think it's gonna come out just all right.
Well, I think I can arrange something for you boys. They even got the little hand gesture. Funny.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. So they're in the ATF now.
Honorary. Mhm.
On your TV. Yes.
They're busted TV.
Gotta have the coat hanger. You gotta be
How
from a
else are you
certain
supposed to get the reception?
yeah. You gotta be from a certain generation just to understand that there were screws on the back of the television.
Mm-hmm.
Turd burglar. Shut up, Beavis.
Shut up, Davis. I'm sure you
He's
do, Beavis.
whacking in my tool shed now.
Oh, I was in federal prison, and them boys be whacking off my tool shed.
Oh my gosh. I think this is No Doubt song. Oh no, this is Shaft. Who's Isaac Hayes?
Yep.
Yeah, I forgot he did a song too. Back when he was cool. Engelbert Humperdinck, yeah.
You're welcome, Lady Miss.
Oh, this song's ridiculous.
That's all right, brother. I will let you know what our next watch party is going to be. Let me go ahead and pause this real quick so everybody can hear me. And instead of going, Mike, we can't hear you over the movie's music and everything. But our next watch party will occur on March 26th at 6 p.m. Eastern. And this is in honor of the late, great Bob Euchre. We'll be watching Major League. And then on March 30th, bring your pizza, bring your nunchucks, your katanas, your bows, your sais. And I hope you love being a turtle because we'll be watching Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles from 1990 for its 35th anniversary on the exact date that it was released. Of course, it's not the exact year, but March 30th was the date it was released back in 1990. I remember a friend of mine saying to me that he and his mom were going to the movies, and it was just a couple days before my birthday, and they asked me if I wanted to go see it with them, and of course I jumped at the chance.
Cowabunga.
And I still remember when I was watching that movie and leaning over to my friend and saying, "I love the music. I love this movie."
That was the first film when I was blown away that how good the voices looked with the mouth movement.
Hmm.
I mean, Dinosaurs was kind of a precursor. I think this was around the same time, the Dinosaur TV show. But they got so good with that, that robotic articulation or animatronics and stuff.
Yeah,
It's so
because
good.
think about it, like you said, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles comes out before the Dinosaurs TV show, so the things they learned with the heads of the suits for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, they applied it to the Dinosaurs TV show, of course, perfected a few things.
And also one of the first movies when you start seeing, like, I was like, wow, they're really using like karate and kung fu moves,
Mhm.
when this was now the fight scenes, you can tell there's no super choreography going on. This was kind of before that stuff too. We're in an era when they didn't really check all those boxes. We don't need a martial arts master and we don't need a tech
No,
guy.
but
And
they they
but
they,
it's
they
still so
had
good.
they had a stunt coordinator,
No,
and they
those kind
had
of things, but you know what I mean. Like this isn't Matrix level choreography. They weren't doing like Daredevil hallway stunt scenes, but it was one of the first ones when I was like, wow, they're really going for like that authenticity.
Mhm.
You
I
know.
mean, think about it. I know we'll talk about it on the 30th too, but you had the stunt guys inside those suits
Hmm.
performing the moves, and I was listening to some of the commentary for the movie, and they were saying that with the fight scenes, it was actually slower than what it is when you're actually watching the movie because of all the weight of all
Oh,
the electronics
yeah.
and everything. They were actually moving a little slower, so when you actually see them fight, that's all been sped up.
And also, I mean, that's understandable. I mean, there's kind of been jokes about Shredder's costume, and it's like they are bulky, and how much can you really do? And they only get bigger and bigger and bigger. But this, I just remember seeing this. It was in that era, things were getting so good. You look back on it now, and it still holds up. Like, to
Mhm,
be honest, I
it
mean,
does.
like I said, you can't really compare it to new stuff because the level that they've gone to with movie, making sure everything looks so good now.
Mhm.
It just People will still argue these are better than the newer ones, the less CGI and things like that.
And the thing is, the director of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles from '90 has said that he would still use the animatronic suits
Yeah, it'd be
with the
so
actors
good now.
inside, but if it were made today, he would use that and CGI to cover any imperfections and
I think that's smart though, and certain things, is depending on what kind of wire work, because if you're jumping and things like that and do it, you're going to have some wire work. Can you make it look
Mhm.
better with CGI, or can you make it look decent in wire work? Because everybody we know, and ourselves included, has seen the worst of both. It's like,
Yeah,
oh God, it really looked like they're hanging there for a second. Or the CGI, it doesn't even look like their feet are touching the ground so.
and another thing when it comes to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles from '90, they were even saying that when they were filming, because they filmed a lot of it in Wilmington, North Carolina, and whenever a plane would fly over, because it used the same radio frequency as what they were using to control the animatronics in the head,
Oh no.
sometimes the face would be in this weird position.
That's hilarious. Like, what is it doing? I'm not doing it. So even though they're dealing with more computerized problems, they're still end up kind of dealing with what they did with Yoda. Like sometimes the eye
Yeah.
goes stray. It's like, okay, cut.
But still, I give them a lot of credit. I mean, this was back
Oh
in
yeah,
1990. It was one of the last projects Jim Henson worked on as far as
yeah.
puppeteering, and
Still so good. I mean, you have to like these kind of movies. And if you don't like prosthetic-y stuff, it's not going to be your kind of thing. But as far
Mhm.
as fans of that stuff, and this is easily like I'm watching Farscape right now, which again has fantastic puppetry and animatronics and everything.
Yeah.
But you can see where they're getting it from at this point, just with the way those turtles were done so well, and leaps
Mhm.
over what we saw in earlier film.
Yeah, that's why I'm looking forward to that particular watch party. I
I
mean,
mean, when
I'll be honest, when it comes to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles from '90, it still holds up.
oh yeah, and I can't put enough credit on because I remember when animatronics didn't look good. There was a few movies in there when they were deciding, which way they should go, and there's a reason why, like movies like Dark Crystal went full puppeteering, and even like Labyrinth. There's probably I think Labyrinth did have more of animatronics involved, but they were still puppeteering. And then this one was just so. I mean, it was like they're doing Jabba the Hutt, but with machines now. So not just one person is controlling everything. They probably had a guy for the eyes and somebody for the mouth.
Yeah,
and then you got the actor inside
but-
doing their thing too.
But that's what they had for the Turtles, both part 1 and 2.
Mhm.
And I'm specifically talking about the Jim Henson Creature Shop. Is they had one person controlling the mouth movement and another person controlling the eyes. In the case of Splinter, Kevin Clash actually had his hand up the puppet and was controlling part of
Oh,
the
man,
puppet's
okay.
head, and then they had someone controlling his hand movements, and it wasn't actually a person in a Splinter suit. It was just your traditional puppeteering, the way the Henson Company is known for. But
And yeah,
Yeah.
he was
Getting back
very.
to-
I was gonna say he's very reminiscent of stuff that came from like the Dark Crystal film. That look and that they're able to do it real well. Jim Henson. I mean, nobody did it better.
yeah, and getting back to Beavis and Butthead Do America, do you think it still holds up, or do you think it definitely shows its time period that it was made from?
Well, a lot of these movies definitely show their time period because of things in them, and it's you notice it's like, wow, there's a lack of things in it, but the fact that you can watch it and you don't go, why aren't they using their cell phones? But right off the top, flat out, you have to be a fan of this kind of humor.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't like potty humor or Beavis and Butthead or crassness, this is not your type of film. But I think it still holds up. I think it's funnier than what the new Beavis and Butthead was. I think the older stuff is still funnier than the new stuff, even though the new stuff that came out, they did it well enough for it to appease the fans, I think. But I totally think this movie holds up. But again, can you watch a cartoon? Can you watch this type of humor? Like, I think if you liked shows like Roseanne and, some of the lesser rich family sitcom-y stuff, you will you will have a tendency to lean toward this humor because some people just
like
can't
Married
deal
with
with
Children.
That's what I was trying to think of. I couldn't think of the name. Oh, thank you. Perfect. I mean, that's exactly, it's that level at which a lot of normal, to me, this is blue collar.
Mm-hmm.
And even, what is it? The new animation on Netflix, the F is for Family. It's a similar kind of animation. Judge has his own style. But it's, we don't need super detail thing. His style was one in its own. There was a lot of things after this, I think, that got accepted because this animation was this way. Because it wasn't as clean, and then we started getting, you don't have to make everything look decent
Perfect.
Or, exactly. Because these guys are not perfect at all. I mean, they both got gigantic foreheads. You see their gums. You see
it worked for Beavis and Butthead, and then of course it worked for King of the Hill.
Oh yeah, exactly. I mean, he had many successful. I mean, this guy's art style is not perfect, but it's plenty legible. You don't have to. You're not looking at it going, "What am I looking at?" It's all fine because there was a few animated shows at the time. It was like, wow, this is kind of crazy. Just the scribbles and everything all over the screen. But yeah, I think this holds up totally fine. And now because Beavis and Butthead was so big, it's like forever ingrained, And I don't know if you've seen it yet, but that Saturday Night Live skit they did on this, it just pulls me back to this movie.
I did see it.
God, it's so fun. They did it so good. You'd think, how could they do it? And then when you see this skit,
I could show it on
is
the Cosby
hilarious.
side. I
It's
just
so
can't
funny.
show the whole thing
Yeah,
over on YouTube.
they
So
just
let me
do
go
it.
ahead and,
Oh my gosh, it's so
pull
funny.
it up. This way everybody can see what you're talking about. And
It's so funny. And this wasn't even that long ago, and it's already like, oh, look at the top 10 videos that broke the cast. You know, I mean, it's so funny.
I mean, it did.
I mean, Keenan Thompson, I think it is. He's like looking at him the whole time, and even he's working through it, but he's smiling. And then when the girl sees him for the first time, she just loses it. It's too funny. And then the other guy comes in. It's just so ridiculous.
So if you want to see what we're talking about, what we're going to be watching next, come over to the Cosby side and you'll be able to see it.
It's only a couple minutes. It's not very long if you're interested.
No, it's not long at all.
And to get Ryan Gosling to do it, god dang. And it's such like a serious topic. They do these mock things so good. It's hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
He's got to be fighting it so bad. And the outfits are great. Oh my gosh. Yep. So perfect. She starts laughing. It almost makes Ryan Gosling start laughing. Oh, that hair. Oh my god.
The shorts, the shirt.
Oh, dang.
Wow.
And how do the rest of the people around them not laugh?
I don't know.
His reaction's so good too. Oh my gosh. Oh my god. He's shaking his head. Oh my god. The nose, everything. Oh my god. Yep. She's talking to you. Oh, that's so good.
It gets better.
Oh my gosh. The voice too is just so. Oh.
Yeah, and she's trying not to laugh anymore, but she can't help it.
There's no way. Oh my god. Oh. He's laughing. He's done.
They're
He's
both
done. Oh my god. I don't watch much television. Oh, boy. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
Jeff and Dean. Give me a break. Oh my god. Yeah, I won't talk about that. Yeah. Oh, that's got to be one of the greatest things they've ever done. Oh, so good. I hope everybody watched that with us. That was great. Oh, Mike is not there, or I don't hear him. Hello. Well, thank everybody again for joining us on the Beavis and Butthead watch party. It's always fun. I'm not the one to be doing this by myself, y'all. No. So what was he saying? We got a member stream coming up this weekend. I'll be there for that. Gonna have to set my alarm. Get up early. Oh no, that was a later one. That's right. I'll be fine for that one.
Okay, I'm back.
Yay!
But yeah, I mean, I'm sure they practice that sketch over and over again.
Well, they do.
And even in rehearsals, because you can't help it. They probably started laughing.
Yeah, I get from what, because I listen to some of the people that do Saturday Night Live and used to do it. They'll have like their initial read through. So they obviously, there's no jokes to this skit. It's all visual. So I'm sure they waited till actual first rehearsal for makeup and everything. They're like, it'll be fine. We'll just dress them up and do makeup. But they killed it. It was so funny. Oh my gosh. And then that
they'd still have to write a script so they know what they're doing. And
But there was no like this was not Beavis and Butthead jokes, even though it was Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah.
And then the little Easter egg at the end there. I was not expecting the Hank Hill guys, the King of the Hill guys. That was just too perfect.
Yep.
Oh,
And
goodness.
thank you to Class Horror Cast who says fun stream, guys. Big ups from Ireland. Well, thank you. Thank
Hey,
you for stopping by. Appreciate it. And to
thank you,
everybody in
mate.
Ireland, check
Thanks,
us out.
mate. They say mate in Ireland, don't they? Bloke? I don't know. I need to do some research. And you said Saturday, is it?
Laddie.
And you were
I
saying
tell you,
this weekend.
I tell you what, Pat, I want to be.
Oh no! Hey, Patty, Patty wanna be.
Pata. I mean, St. Patrick's Day is coming up.
Yes. Next week is next week, and then my birthday is the week after. Yay!
Nice.
I'm getting close to 50.
Oh,
One more year.
I've got almost 3 years. Not quite. Haven't turned 47 yet, but I'm getting real close.
We would have went to high school together.
Yeah, I know.
We're close enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting years.
You would have been, a junior or senior. I would have been a freshman, and
I wouldn't have picked on you. I wasn't.
yeah, right.
I wasn't
yeah,
that
right.
kind of guy. I was definitely not that kind of dude. So I didn't like those kind of guys. There wasn't too many problems like that at my school, although I guess my school was supposed to be like it was a new program they were doing, so it was like you were lucky to get into this school with this new thing. It was still public school though, but they were starting we're going to start doing college prep stuff in high schools. So we were like one of the first. Not that
Take care,
that
Lady
applied to
Miss.
me. Bye.
But yeah, Padawan this Saturday, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, Eastern Daylight Time. We will be having our member stream for March, so whatever you want to talk about then, we can
Yeah.
about it, and that goes for all channel members.
I'll look some stuff up. I might have karaoke later, but I will definitely make it. I'll make it as long as I can, and if they don't do it, then I won't do it. Then I won't go. I won't leave. I love you guys.
All right.
I love you guys.
And then, of course, Sunday and Wednesday's Pop Talk will definitely have topics to discuss. I don't know what they're going to be yet, but I'll definitely have something for Sunday. And then, of course, I have to wait a couple of days before I decide what we're going to talk about next Wednesday. And then, of course, the following week for Pop Talk, we'll, of course, have the Sunday edition of Pop Talk on the 23rd with more topics. And then on the 26th, in honor of the late Bob Uecker, we'll be watching Major League.
Yay.
And then on March 30th, we'll be watching Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles from 1990.
Get your pizza ready.
Yep, get your pizza, get your nunchucks, your katanas, your bows, your sais.
I didn't have any of those cool things.
I had foam nunchucks at one time.
I do have some old action figures packed away still.
Yeah.
Not too many. They got a little ridiculous with the action figures. I have like pizza twirling Michelangelo.
I still have some of my Ninja Turtle figures. I'll have to take a couple of them out for the stream.
I did like collect because I thought the action figures were cool, and I made sure I got you get the 4 turtles, and you get Splinter. But then my aunts were like, "Oh, he likes the turtle figures," so they started buying me like all of them. They're not all that cool. Some of them are, birthday party Donatello, stuff like that.
The one and only one that I had bought from this particular part of the line was Leonardo as Captain Kirk. I wish I
Oh,
had bought
funny.
Raphael as Scotty, and of course you had Donatello as Bones, and
They did do all of them. It wasn't
no,
just
no,
like, okay,
Donatello wasn't Bones. He was Spock.
that's so funny.
Yeah, I think it was Michelangelo who was
That crossover stuff is so
Doctor
fun to
McCoy.
me
Yeah,
when you're a fan of both. It's like, oh, I gotta have it now. Some of it is great and it's for a certain niche, but it's still fun.
dumbest thing I didn't buy, but kudos to Playmates. They were doing the Star Trek Next Generation figures, Deep Space Nine figures, and starting to do the Voyager figures at the time. So why not take advantage of their license with Paramount and do a crossover with Ninja Turtles?
Yeah, I tell you, if I would have had disposable income when I was a kid, it would have been different.
Mine was allowance money.
Well, yeah, I mean, mine was you're buying certain things, but you're not thinking, oh, I want to make sure I get these certain, like some of them kind of get unbought, and you don't think about it again. It's like if I was aware, I would have made sure I would have got certain things for sure.
I mean, heck, when I was getting $5 for doing chores and everything, I would save that up. And there was one time there was one of the usual Target sales, but it was on all Ninja Turtle figures. So my family
Oh,
and I went
dang.
into Target, and I had 2 bags worth of Ninja Turtle figures
Dang.
from all the allowance money I saved.
So crazy. Yeah, you went ham.
I mean, I loved Ninja Turtles when they came out. I thought they were so cool.
I liked them so much too. I was just starting to get to be that age when it's like, you want to go to the movies, or you want to go out and do stuff, or you want to do this. And I just started doing stuff. Didn't hold on to any of that. That's the only time I regret is not holding on to any of it. I wish I would have. Darn our generation and their garage sales.
Yeah. There's some things from my childhood that I don't have anymore, like my original Mask figures. I don't have them anymore.
Oh
My original
yeah.
Masters of the Universe figures. I have one. Excuse me. I have one, and it's the battle damaged Skeletor.
Oh, that's
The battle
cool.
armor
Yep. The little
where you hit it 3
punching
times.
rotation thing. Yep. Those were so
That's
cool.
that's the only one I have left.
That was a cool one. Yeah, I tell you, that was something I had to really fight myself on when I saw those new Masters figures come out, because they're
Hmm.
almost exactly the same.
Yeah.
I'm like, gosh, I want to get them so bad. I would never even open them, just hang them up on the walls. But God,
Mhm.
they're so cool. But yeah, you really and they're not actually bad priced. Well, when I
No,
was
they're not.
looking at them, I made myself stop looking at it. I said, the more you look at them, the more you're going to remember you had that and you had that and you had that and you had that. You don't need it. That's another huge expense.
Well, you mentioned expenses. Excuse me, but that's what I was thinking when I saw them. I'm going, I would love to have it,
Mm-hmm.
but guess what's coming up? And nope, I gotta pay it.
Yeah, no kidding. I've heard you mention when you guys were talking a while back with the Transformers. You're like, I picked it up. I had to put it down. I've talked myself out of so many purchases.
Hmm.
But
That's the adult in me. That's a responsible adult in me going, nope, this is coming up. You gotta pay for it.
but it does make everything that I do purchase now. It's like, okay, what do I really want? Like, okay, this is what I can
Mhm.
get. This is what I've been looking at. So what is going to be the priority? 'Cause, yeah, unfortunately, they don't stop making stuff that I want. Crap. Kind of sounds like they'll be slowing down though. All the toy companies are not
Yeah,
what they were.
yeah. Excuse me. The water went down the wrong way, but one of the things I would love to have in my collection, I just don't have any room for it, is getting, you know, either an Enterprise or a Defiant, any of the Star Trek ships that actually have LEDs in them
Oh
that
yeah,
light up.
that would be
And
cool.
I'm not talking like what Playmates came out with the original Enterprise and Enterprise D. I'm talking about the models that actually have the light up warp missiles, impulse
Hmm.
engines, and the lights on the ship are actually lit up.
That'd be cool. I have an old model kit. I always wanted to do. It's like God. It even comes with the see-through parts. But then on the
Hmm.
dish, it's like, oh, that'd be hard work to like cut out some windows and make it all light up. I see people that do it all the time. It looks so
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
But yeah, I have a.
It's a lot of work, but if you really love, excuse me, love doing that, then have at it.
Yeah, that I had to kind of draw a line with the Star Trek stuff too. But I saw a Lego version of the Next Generation Enterprise, and I had to buy that. I was like, that's right up my alley.
Mhm.
So if I could ever get a light kit for that, that would be. I don't do the kits on much stuff at all. I don't even really think about them, but certain pieces, I'm like, I might have to look into it for that
Yeah,
because that would be
I'm
cool.
gonna try to bring up what I'm talking about, yeah, just so everybody has a frame of reference. While I do that, I'm gonna go ahead and bring up another trailer, and it's just one that was released today. And I didn't know some people that
Ooh.
are like, "Ooh, this looks good," and other people are like, "No, it's more woke garbage." But I want to hear what you all have to say about it. I I will say this: if I'm gonna watch this particular movie, I'm gonna go with its animated original. Just saying.
Oh, the preview is a remake.
This is the live action Lilo and Stitch.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Ew. Talk like an angel. Whoa, shit. Ah. Oh, I thought he was doing the throat thing. Those don't go that fast. Ew. That's stupid. Oh no. Bad Grogu. Ah, ha, ha. Okay, I laughed. I don't know if that's how the normal movie goes or not.
I'm not gonna attack anybody if they want to go see it.
Oh, well, I definitely wouldn't go to the theater.
It's your money. You spend it the way you want.
Yeah, I think kids will want to go see this one. I don't I haven't seen Lilo and Stitch, the animated one, all the way through to know
Hmm.
if this is like some of those, like this trailer to me, instantly I was thinking, is this a new trailer? Is this exactly like the old trailer? I don't know all the jokes. I don't, so I don't know if it's going to be as accurate or if it's just they're making a totally different one, how they tend to do with some of the other ones. Like,
Yeah,
you
and
know,
I'm with Lady Miss. Not really a fan of Disney going the live action route with a lot of their movies. I'd rather watch
yeah,
the original animated films if I'm gonna be watching any of those classic movies.
yeah, I'll watch the animated till I die. I mean, that's just because that's something we grew up with. So you're not going that we have a connection to those animated shows that kids these days won't. You know what
Hmm.
I mean? The closest thing I think I mean, Turtles, of course, there's been some crossover there with children wanting to go see the live action because they know of the cartoons. But
Yeah.
there's not much that has gone over the decades of time to where we're really looking at this going, oh, yeah, I want to go see it. Because we're just comparing it to Lilo and Stitch was one of the more well done, accepted movies from what I understand. It
Hmm.
wasn't like what Aladdin and that era was, but the ones we got after, from what I heard, it's very well liked. This seems very much like a modern ET to me now
Yeah.
when they do the live action spin on it.
It
I'm looking at
definitely
the
is.
picture here. But
Yeah,
I'll probably watch that when it comes on streaming. I'll probably watch it when it comes on streaming.
this is the enterprise I would love to have, but what makes me go no is the price point.
Woo, doggy. Yeah, I hear you. And is that what it is? Like, is this the new item that they released, or is this something that's just how much it is now?
And that's how much it is now.
Okay. So it was
Because it
probably
lights
like a
up.
normal. It was probably $100 or a little
Yeah.
over when it first came out. Maybe. Well, I don't know how big is this thing.
21 inches, I believe.
Oh, it's a pretty big piece.
Let me go back. That's actually the Playmates one that was 21 inches. This one. Oh, yeah, 16 inches long.
Still, that's a decent size. That's I gotta make room on my shelf. You know what I mean? You can't. And God, you have something like that. Are you tempted to put a background behind it?
Oh yeah,
I mean,
You've
can it
got to.
just be on your shelf? You know what I mean?
No, you got to have some kind of background
Yeah, I would
to
think
help bring out the
something.
lights too.
Yeah, I would think something like that. Because I've even thought of that. I do some of the when when I build some of the Lego sets, it's like I realize it's like when you get all these up, you're gonna not just want them on a shelf by themselves. Some things, it's like I might have to do some backgrounds.
Mhm. Now I do have this one. I did not pay $74 for it. I bought it when Playmates was still making them because I missed out on this originally when Playmates released the first one back
Mm-hmm.
in the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
But I was actually in a Walmart one day and I saw it. I said, "You will be mine." Oh yes, you will be mine.
That's great. No, and some of I think when the playmates get bigger, like their small stuff looks very much for kids. But when you
Hmm.
get in the bigger stuff, it's like, God, why does that almost look like something I would have bought when I was a kid? Like for me, like when we had the GI Joe and the Star Wars and stuff like that, it was all pretty detailed.
Hmm.
It didn't look very, fake like toyish. They almost looked like really nice models.
Yeah, yeah, like the communicator here. It does look like what it is, a toy. I'd rather, you know, maybe not pay what they're asking here, but go to a different dealer who's making the communicator, but it's actually higher quality and doesn't look so much like a toy.
That one looks like a version they made so you can flip it open. Because those communicators weren't ones that they flipped open in the early show. I remember they would actually open them.
They would open them, but then if you watch later on in the series, which this one's inspired by, it's inspired by the ones that you just
They just
flip
flip
over
open.
with
Okay.
the flick of the wrist, like Kirk and everybody would do.
Like a
Kirk
flip phone.
Enterprise.
That was cool. Yeah. Make sure you close it though. Make sure you close it.
Mhm. I mean, that's what inspired the early cell phones was the communicator.
Oh yeah, for sure. You can't tell me they weren't. I mean,
Because we did have flip phones in the 90s. Hard to
any
believe.
of those devices though we want. It's like, how come we still don't have like portable I can scan your body device? That's kind of odd to me that that's not something that has kind of come out. You know what I mean? It's like smartphones can do so much with and Aura rings and all that kind of stuff. Why don't EMTs have this little wand and they're like, oh, this is what's going on? I mean, I'm sure there is. The money's not there yet.
Yeah.
I get it, but yeah, it really, all that stuff is like we're like, oh my God, this would be so cool. To talk into the air and have your computer answer you. We have that.
Yeah, and you know what, DJ, I agree with you. They could have done so much better for $300, and the cell does look meh.
Oh, that model one we saw before. I was wondering, that one is it still a thing? People complaining about if the strut pieces that hold the engine on are more accurate, or is everybody? Because those ones on that first one, weren't they just so thin?
I mean, on the original Enterprise, the cell pylons were thin, but that's how it looked on the original Enterprise. And if I'm gonna get it, the 1701, no bloody A, B, C, or D, then I want it to look like the one from the original series.
As close to as you can. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can understand that. I kind of felt in a similar way when like the new Transformers came out. And it's like, well, I want to get the Transformers. I don't care about any of the new characters though. Just give me the ones that existed. So I went out of my way to just grab certain ones. It's like, I don't even care about the other people at all.
That's the thing, when the 2007 Transformers came out, of course, 2009, and then the third film came out in 2011. Fourth film came out in 14, and then you had one that came out in 17. But, I was specifically looking for ones that were characters I knew, like you, like Optimus, Jazz, Ironhide.
Yeah. Anybody from the old series. And I was, even if they didn't change into something familiar, because there was a couple on there that didn't. It's like, I still gotta get it. It's kind of the idea, I was able to find a Jazz though with the original like white paint job on it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, after the movie had already done its thing in the theaters, it was already out on DVD and Blu-ray at the time. Hasbro did release some of the characters in their original G1 colors, like Ironhide, Jazz, just to name a couple, and even Starscream.
Yeah, I could. That was just one of those things. I was like, I didn't get to go too deep on the Transformers. It wasn't. Again, that would have been another pricey investment. If you're gonna go Transformers, you can't play Transformers with just like 3. You need 2 teams, man. You can't have just 2 Constructicons. I mean, you can, but it defeats a lot of purpose.
I was lucky as a kid to have one Constructicon.
Yeah, I could never get any of those things that all went together. Like, I had an Optimus Prime, but I didn't have his trailer. And I was like, God dang it. Wish I could have the trailer. Even though the trailer was so different. It was more like a repair thing.
Yeah. because that's what the original toy Takara was. It was part of the Daikon line,
Hmm.
and came with, a couple of minifigures, and it was the Max Repair Bay. But
And it had
you
that
know,
little rover that came out.
yep, roller.
Yeah, I remember that. But yeah, I had to get the new stuff. It was kind of had to go because I knew I was just gonna. Oh, they're just gonna be up on my shelf. I'll transform them all and put them on the shelf. It'll be cool. But yeah, I'd way rather have those old ones for sure. I do still have like. Let me see if I can remember. He's real beat up, but he's like a Lamborghini fire truck car.
That would be Red Alert.
Okay, that's because he's like a fire. He's fire department, but it's a Lamborghini or something like, or a Ferrari or something like that.
That's Red Alert.
Okay, I do have that still. One of the very few, and then I think I have, might be missing a piece, but I have the purple plane, like Starscream. Is that
Skywarp.
Skywarp? Yeah, those I know I have for sure, but everything else I'm not sure. I'll have to see what kind of shape they're in for display.
I bought a 3-pack of Starscream, Skywarp, and Thundercracker. They were reissues, but
Gosh,
I never had
so
them. But I
Oh.
saw it on this site called Image Anime several years ago, and I said, I'm getting it. I'm getting it.
Okay, let me ask you, because I've seen both in stuff, and I've never actually asked this question, but I was always a certain way personally with Starscream and Thundercrack, those particular planes. When you transform them, are you a cone up guy or a cone back guy?
I put the cone in the back.
And the back, okay, swept back, okay. Because I even saw a few things, and maybe it was comics and stuff where they leave them up. I was like, why would they do that? I couldn't remember what it was from, but I saw that the first time, and it never made any sense to me. But being from that era, I just think cone heads, and I'm like, it looks so silly.
Well, I mean, unless you're talking Ramjet, Thrust, and Dirge, who were the
Oh,
cone heads.
maybe that's who it was. Maybe those are the ones that it was. Okay. Gosh, I'm going deep. See, I'm going deeper than I remember. I remember them though. I didn't remember that the Transformers for me really, gosh, I can't even say I've seen the series since it was the original. And I haven't really watched any of the new
Tubi's
stuff.
got it.
Oh, does
Tubi's
it?
got
Okay,
it
I
for free.
do have Tubi.
Hasbro Pulse on YouTube has it. You can watch it for free. You don't have to pay for it.
Tubi. I need to start making more use out of that. I've been leaning on the streaming way more to try and watch what I want to watch and find. It's like, well, I want to watch find it. Somebody's got it. And the normal streaming networks don't have as much. Oh my goodness.
No, Netflix used to have G1 on there. Doesn't have it on there anymore.
Netflix is really pushing their brand though.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so many movies and shows now that they have, so it's that more. They're going to become like a all streaming, I bet.
Let me ask you and everybody who's currently watching at this time. Have you seen all of season 6 of Cobra Kai?
No, I'm way behind on that show, but I want to watch the movie and I won't want to wait. So I'll have to start watching because they're going to release that movie on streaming before the end of the year. Almost guaranteed, if not by Halloween or something. When's the movie come out? July? Or is this? No, it's this year. It's this year, right?
I think it's either May or June. Let me look it up.
So, but it's a summer release. So
yeah, it's a summer release.
Well, maybe not by Halloween.
And for what I've heard, it has nothing to do with the Cobra Kai series.
Well, I think other than it just being the same, like it is the Ralph Macchio from the series. Yeah. That's all I mean. Like he's not going, oh, I'm Ralph Macchio in a multiverse story. That's all I mean. It's not. And I can't remember if it was on the one. It must have been a different one because I hear there are a couple references, but it's not really tied in. So I'll have to. But it just makes me want to watch the show to catch up with Daniel-san. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Karate Kid Legends is the movie that comes out this year, and it comes out on May 30th.
Oh, and
this year.
I guess that's what I would mean by Daniel being in the same world. Like he was, I think he's still the salesman that turned born again karate artist. Is that kind of because that's basically
Yeah,
what the
yeah.
show
He
was,
was
right? Okay.
he was a car salesman and had his own auto dealership.
I really thought that was such a great twist. On like that is so realistic. Like I buy that so much. That idea that the hometown hero may not make it big in his like he didn't go become some karate stunt man or anything like that, but
Hmm.
everybody knows his name and he did it. He made a productive business. I think that's a pretty good. I thought that was a good idea. I was like, that's hilarious that he's a car salesman though. And that just goes, he grew up and he grew up kind of differently. He lost Miyagi and it kind of, you can't say being a car salesman is bad, but you see what kind
No.
of guy he is in the beginning of the show. And he really goes through an arc, kind of becoming his old self or not becoming his old self, but he's like, this new me isn't really me,
Yeah, but the best character in Cobra Kai, hands down, is Johnny.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so what I've seen, I'm trying to remember. I know I saw Kreese was Johnny's master, right?
Yep. Yeah, he was the
So
sensei.
I saw a lot of him being back, but I don't think I quite got to the place where they're mentioning the other guy coming back.
Oh, trust me, just
From
watch the
3.
series.
I know, I
You'll
think
see a lot of connections
because I
between
think I just saw those
the
on
three
clip. Like I
movies.
knew he was coming back, but I don't think I saw that far in the series. But I'm going to start over so I get a fresh look at it. See Hawk's growth again.
Yeah.
That guy, dude.
What I'm going to say about season 6 is thank you to all involved. Thank you for giving us a show that we could talk about and get excited for.
Yeah, I really need to watch this show because nobody wants to spoil it at all. And it's like, I want to talk about it with people, But everybody's like, once they hear I haven't seen it, they're like, oh, no, I'll let you. If you're going to watch it, I'll let you watch it. Like, it's that kind of show. It's like, you got to see it. If you're interested, you got to watch it. Then we'll talk.
Yeah, I mean, I'm the same way. I don't want to
Yeah.
spoil the show for you or anyone else. All I'm going to say is if you haven't seen season 6 yet or you haven't seen Cobra Kai, watch it.
We'll watch it. And I think that's a show I can watch with my wife. But I have to be invested to watch it because
you'll be invested.
Wanted to start it. I was like, well, maybe I'll break into Stranger Things and watch the whole series now, right? Because the last time I tried to watch it, my wife, she's like, I can't stop watching it. She'll just burn through it. And it's like, I don't want to watch it for 6 hours in 2 days. She'll just watch episode.
With half-hour episodes, 45-minute episodes, you do find yourself doing that.
No, exactly. Well, and it being available, and we weren't watching it when it first came out. Like that, we were already like she was. I think season 3 had been released, so she watched through, and then she only had to wait for season 4. So it was, and if I don't know if there's more than that, but so I wanted to jump back into that show. So I watched the first couple episodes, and again, she's already almost on season 3. So this one I'll have to okay, I'm gonna watch. We're planning on watching a few episodes at a time, and I'll just invest in it. Because it's not, they're only 8-10 episode seasons. They're not big giant seasons.
Well, I mean, for Cobra Kai, in total for this last season, there were 15 episodes.
Oh, okay. But that's probably, they're trying to get story in.
Oh, yeah. They managed to do a good job telling the story they need to tell and wrapping everything up in a nice little bow.
I'm glad you like that because I've heard mixed on the ending. Like some people were happy, some people weren't. I have no idea what happens. I just heard some people are happy and some people aren't. And it's like, well, okay, cool. Because I
Well,
can write off so many people not liking something these days just because it's like, oh, everybody, it's a thing to not like something. It's like, get off that bus already. Just
well, everybody has a reason why they like something, why they don't like something. Maybe the
Mhm,
story wasn't that well told. Maybe the characters weren't that interesting.
mhm.
But for me, Cobra Kai fills in all my boxes. It has good characters. It makes good connections to what came before. It doesn't ignore what came before. It doesn't, you know, put down what came before. It actually pays good respect to it.
And you can believe, like with the movies we know, with the exception of the new Karate Kid. Is there
I, s- I
anyone
still, I still,
okay,
I still can't get through it.
answer me this. Does she come back in the series?
I will say this: no.
Hillary Swank? Okay. Cause oh my god.
Nothing against Hillary Swank, but smart move on that
I've
part.
I've watched I've watched all the Karate Kid movies, all three of them, many, 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 many times. Okay, I have no I will still watch them. I have no problem. People, if they don't like the sequel or the third, I don't care. I watch all of them. But that new Karate Kid, dude, it's so bad, so bad. So okay, that's what I really wanted to know is if she comes back, because I was like, please don't bring her back just to bring a girl back. Oh,
No,
and I wanted to
they they
ask.
do they do a good job. We're gonna bring a character in because it makes sense to what's going on
Mhm.
in this part of the story.
And knowing, so with the idea of 1, 2, 3, you're happy with there wasn't anything in the series that you were like, I don't believe that for a minute.
No, I
Okay,
enjoyed the series
so
from
it
season
all was
one all the way to season
believable.
6.
Nothing was too much of a
Well,
stretch. The interactions and relationships they could have,
it's
and
believable for that universe,
oh well,
for
yeah, of course, yeah,
for those characters.
yeah. You kind of, I mean, some of these characters may not be relatable to some people. If you don't know somebody like these guys, like if you don't know, if you're fortunate enough and you never know anybody kind of down and out and really in a crappy part of life, you may not relate to it. You may not even think it's real. You're like, oh, nobody gets that low. It's like, yeah. So, I mean, I think the more you can relate to any movie, see any similarities to your life or situations, can make you invest more. And we have this history with these characters already, and you seem
Mhm.
happy with the transition. You weren't like,
I
that's
do.
not like how Johnny acts or anything like that. Seeing
No,
him as kind of the rundown bum was
it's
okay,
believable
and
for Johnny to be the way he is.
yeah, just kind of got bitter. Just could have made something, but just didn't. And he didn't have the life that Daniel had. That's for sure.
Yeah,
But Daniel didn't have a great life either. He lost his dad, whoever his dad was. And then he loses, and then the mom's gone, and then
no,
Miyagi's
his mom's
gone.
still
And
alive.
oh, is she
His
still
mom's still
around?
alive.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, that's good. Okay, but I'm not sure the dad, if there's anything more than they just leave. I can't remember if they actually say if he passed in the first movie or not. I don't recall. Um, but they move, just the two of them, and then he
Hmm.
loses his major father figure, which sucked.
Danielson.
So I am
Eh,
interested to see what Jackie Chan and that new kind of thing,
yeah.
because they are definitely building off the Miyagi. They're definitely going off. He's the old, well, like we said, the old Daniel, and the recognition of Mr. Miyagi and everything.
Hmm.
So that I like that, because I was not as big of a fan of that new Karate Kid movie with what's his name,
Jaden Smith.
Jaden Smith. Yeah, but considering Jaden Smith also did After Earth, Karate Kid movies way better. Way better. That's all I'm saying. Sorry, I gave that movie a chance again the other day, and I went, nope, I know exactly why I don't want to watch this movie.
There are some movies that are like that. Well,
God, that's so good.
I just mentioned the next Karate Kid. I can't get through it.
You're not missing anything, man. You get more out of that movie she did where she was the teacher in the troubled youth school. That dancing
I mean,
movie.
and again, I have nothing against Hilary Swank. I like $1 Million Babe. That's one of my favorite movies with her in it.
I gotta see that still. It's not really available too many places that I have. I gotta look on Tubi, don't I?
Check Tubi. They might have it.
Yeah. Yeah, that one was one that was like, I'm not really big on the boxing movies, but that one was just so well regarded. It's like, oh, I should watch it. It's probably got to be way better than that newer one. I mean, Clint Eastwood was in the old one, in $1 Million Baby, right? Clint's in that one? Well, that was his story. Yeah, okay. Gosh, yeah. I remember thinking that, wow, Clint's going to direct movies? Okay. And then he killed it, like more than when he was acting. So insane. I don't know if that was his plan to when he got out of acting, but man, that guy, I did not expect the career he did as a director.
Yeah, I mean, heck, I'll admit, I want to do a watch party of Flags of Our Fathers and Letters from Iwo Jima.
But I'm sure you can agree with me as far as directors go. I never thought Opie Cunningham would have done what he did behind the camera.
Oh, no, I mean, think about it. He's directed, Backlash,
God, so many
and several others. I mean, he directed, Solo, a Star Wars story, which I like. I'll admit I like it. I didn't think it was that bad.
I like Solo.
I think what hurt it was The Last Jedi, but that's just my opinion.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I thought Solo was a good direction. My biggest gripe was the whole how Han meets Chewie.
Yeah.
I mean, that's it. And I only had a gripe because I knew of a different story. If I didn't know that story, I may not have cared at all. But I thought the Han Solo actor may not. I don't know if he looks enough like him for me to buy it, but he sure acted enough like him. I was like, yep, he's doing it right. The little head bobs and the looks. I was like, yeah, that's Han Solo. I bought it.
I didn't like how Han got his last name. I'm thinking, really? Yeah, by himself.
They should have wrote a little bit better line.
They should have gone by the EU.
And that I don't know how he got his name. I don't think I know I read about him being young and being on the pirate ship, but I don't know if I knew how he got his actual name. Is it in a novel or is it in a comic?
Yeah. So it's in the EU.
It's in a novel? Okay. I'll find it. I'll read it eventually. I'll figure that out. Because I didn't know it wasn't his name. And this, the movie Han Solo made me question that. Because that was, even though I'm a Star Wars fan, I don't know if I ever knew that wasn't his name. I did know he was an orphan. But see, I don't know that story. Like, how did he, like his very first, I only have from when he was a kid. And then before he started working for Jabba, I know that whole story. Because that's actually when he met Chewbacca. Because he had another hairy dude that was his best friend, and it wasn't Chewbacca. That would have been cool to see. Another big hairy alien like Chewbacca, but not Chewbacca.
But yeah, and another movie of Ron Howard's I'd like to do a watch party on is Cinderella Man.
No. The other guy, not Gerard Butler. It's is it Gerard Butler? No, it's Russell Crowe. That's the guy. God, I can never. Every time I get them confused, and every time I say Gerard Butler's name, Russell Crowe goes out of my mind. But yeah, that's the other Gladiator, right? Russell Crowe.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. Okay. God, see, I get them confused. I shouldn't, but I do. Okay. So what's
and of course Willow.
God, that's so good. I I was like 3 episodes deep. I finally decided to start watching it, and then they took it off the thing. I was like, oh, I don't get to see how bad it got.
You were probably saved. You were probably saved.
I probably was, because I did get to a point and went, I don't know if I buy that, but we'll see where this goes. There was a point when I saw something happen, I was like, Not that it can't happen. It's just like, you're doing this awfully fast. You're throwing this all at me in a few episodes. It doesn't make sense yet. Oh man, yeah, I bet that's probably good. There's plenty of other garbage to watch.
Oh, there definitely is.
So hopefully, I still gotta finish Santa Claus Chronicles. I might get through that this next holiday season. I started watching it, and then I stopped watching it, and then Tim Allen came back, and I hadn't seen any of those ones. So we'll have to see.
I mean, and that's understandable. You start watching one thing, then something else catches your eye. I mean,
I'm the worst with that stuff. I've got probably a dozen books I've started and stopped reading, just because I stopped reading them. Like, and then too much time passes, and it's like, I won't know what's going on. Games the same way. Probably got 20 games I get a couple hours into, and then I put down. Restarted them like 4 or 5 times. Still haven't finished them.
I mean, I have games I've played some just to start them and then never picked them up again. It's not that I didn't like them; I just never picked them up again.
Yeah.
After I played them.
What was that one you just did? Evil West, not too long ago. They took that off Xbox before I could finish it. It's like, God darn it!
Come on, I still
should
haven't
have
finished it.
I should have just ripped into it, but I didn't. I was like, I don't know if I want to play that all week and just play that game.
Why not? You still had to get rid of Felicity.
It seemed good. I only got to like the first part of the city, but I did that part like 3 times because I was like, I started playing it and I put it down. Because I started playing it first when you were playing it on stream. I was like, oh, I can play it now finally. And it just happened to be something that you had just played. And then I put it down and I was like, man, I can't play 2-player. That sucks. And then it went a while and I was like, oh, I'll play it again. I've only done the first couple levels, if that. And I got to the same spot and I stopped playing again. And I put it down. It's like, God darn it. But then the other like 6 games I picked up since it, I didn't finish any of those probably either. So I need to put something in and just play it. Well, honestly, even when you stream a whole lot of streams for a game, do you always finish them?
I still have some games I haven't even finished yet.
Okay, because I was going to say, I think there are some games in there that he hasn't finished. I was watching the Metroid one the other day.
Yeah, I have to go back to Metroid at some point.
Now, what are you playing that on? Is that a PC?
No, I'm playing that on Switch. I got that.
Oh, you have a Switch. Okay, I didn't realize you had a Switch. Okay. Well, shoot, I should get an online account. All I have is Mario Kart. I don't have any of the other games yet. It's my stepdaughters. They got a Switch and they hardly ever even use it. It just sits in the living room. I'm like, well, God darn.
Well, gosh darn, if it's just going to sit in the living room.
I know. It's just going to sit there and stare me at the face. Mario Kart was one of my favorite games on Nintendo forever. So I haven't played it for a long time, though. It's way faster. Kind of a little chaotic sometimes.
Hey, it's not like it was on the Super Nintendo. That's for sure.
Yeah, I played on N64 since. And it's like, oh my gosh, this is hard to go back to. This is so slow. Wow, I just saw speaking of Mario Kart, I just saw there's a new collector edition Lego coming out, Mario Kart, like in his little go-kart thing.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Oh, man. It looks pretty good. I was like, if it's going to look that good, it's going to make me think about buying it. God darn it. It's got to be a giant set, too, so I don't know if I'll be able to get it. Those big sets are expensive. I still swear at the
Hey,
screen
hey,
every time I see a Ecto 1. I'm like, God!
yeah. Hey,
So
fellas, sorry,
much.
sorry you missed the movie, brother. Cash and Baron are both sick, brother.
Nothing good here now. Sorry. Nothing to see here. Move along. No, I'm looking forward to all the stuff coming up. So still gotta. Oh, and how is did you finish Shadow of Mordor?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, that game I've been kicking myself in the pants. The only reason I don't play that game is because it's so long. I know it is. It's like this is a 50-hour game at least. If I'm gonna play it, it's gonna be that long. But because they have the Shadow of War on Game Pass, and I'm like, God, they're just giving me the second game. So
Come
many
on,
of
Panda.
those.
Why don't you play the
I
second game?
know.
Play it.
I would get so hooked into what orcs I needed to defeat, I'd forget what I'm doing in the game. Like I would
I
just
can
get so lost.
I can tell you here in just a bit how many hours I put into Shadow and Mordor the
Goodness.
time I started it.
So you've probably played it offline a bit.
I played a
Also.
little bit offline, but
Did you? Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, because I would play it like the first couple times I played it, and it's like quit playing this game like it's another game. Like I wasn't using my powers, and I'm like, that's why they put them in the game. Use them, make
I
it
put
a different game.
yeah. I put 38 hours into the game.
See, that's pretty deep already, and you still haven't even have you opened a. Now I'm not sure. It seems like you open up the first map, like it opens up a bunch, and then you go to another place.
Yeah, you have to do the side quests, you have to do the
Oh,
story
is it that way?
missions.
Okay. Because I talked to my brother with it years ago, and he's like, "Have you opened up all the map?" I was like, "You mean this, this, and this?" He's like, "No, there's a whole nother part." I was like,
Yeah.
"No." That's what made me realize it's like, oh, this is gonna be a huge game. Because yeah, I get involved in the orcs, and then you're battling, and it's like I didn't know this guy was over here. And halfway through, I would have to like I'd get overwhelmed, and I'd have to run away, so my initial mission wouldn't even get done because some guy would come up that out levels me, and it's like I can't even fight him. I need to be
Yep,
a little more cautious in that game, I think.
I mean, you could be like me. It's like, okay, come on, come at it, boys. Come get some.
I was watching some of your. I was like, wow, he got really good at it because you were like totally surrounded lots of, and you weren't even sweating it. I'm like, I haven't gotten there yet. Big crowds usually aren't too bad, but you did. I was like, wow, he's doing really well.
I gave a lot of credit to having played the Arkham games.
Oh yeah, for sure. Oh well, maybe I'll finish those up and then I'll dip into it because that's what I'm doing right now. I'm currently on Origins. I've played Asylum all the way through, collected all the stuff. The only thing that is not 100% is because I haven't done the challenges and those things. You know, those are such a pain in the butt.
Yeah.
And then in Arkham City, again, did everything, found all the stuff. Again, it's just the challenges. And in this game, they put like 3 times as many challenges in the game. It's like, I don't want to just do that for hours and hours.
It's even worse than Arkham Knight, to tell you the truth.
And then I was like, well, I have Origins, so let me play Origins, because Origins is basically a whole new set of villains. Like you fight Deadstrike a ton. He's like the major dude in this one, but you fight all the other people way more than. Well, it's like I don't think you're dealing with the Penguin. You're not dealing with the Joker. So it's just a different one. And then I was trying to finish out the downloaded content on City, like when you can become Robin, like that extra. Was it Harley's Revenge? I think it is what that's
the
called.
one that I did.
Yeah, okay. I'm on that, but I did all my Catwoman stuff. You know, again, collected all the stuff. So the only thing keeping me at 100 is the challenges and the things. So I'm on Origins. I'm probably I don't know, quarter, a third of the way through that one. I haven't gone back to that one because I was like, I need a break. 2.5 games straight through is tough. Knowing I have Arkham Knight to play next. And that one I only started a while ago, and I was like, I want to play the other games again. And I finally started. So, well, a couple months ago, I was like, let me go back through those and take care of them because I got a good deal. I got newer Xbox versions of them. So that helped out a lot.
Well, it's like whenever Steam has a sale on the game, it's like, oh, it's only $8. It's 60% off. Okay,
man, when it's
sign me up.
Cheap, even if I have it, I'm like, I can get a newer version of it. Oh, that's something I want to talk about. I'm not going to say nothing if you're going to bring it up on your show, though. I don't know if you will. Have you heard about Gears of War?
No, I haven't heard about Gears of War.
They're bringing it. I guess they're going to release it on PlayStation finally, but they're not going to have any online play. Like it's just going to be co-op. So
it's just going to be the base game.
Yeah. So I guess like the horde mode and the deathmatch and capture the flag and all that's going to be gone. And it's like, ooh, I wonder if you're even going to sell it. Because I don't know I love the story. I don't know if the story is worth people picking it up nowadays, though. You know what I mean? Because because everybody loves all those, capture the flag. What a deathmatch, capture the flag, which their capture the flag was actually pretty interesting. It would just be some homeless dude wandering around the map. So you had to go find him and take him prisoner. Like you held him up and you had to drag him around while defending him. You didn't just sit in one area because they had those games where you just sit in the air like King of the Hill or whatever that is. They had all those modes. But yeah, I'm just not. I don't know if someone would buy it for just the story. The game's 20 years old. They're still trying.
I wouldn't.
Batista's still trying to get the movie made or series, whatever he wants to do. I heard something recently he'd like to get Reynolds as Baird. And I was like, well, yeah, that works. I'd like much bigger fellas, but, I know who they should use. I know who I would like them to use.
Who would you like them to use?
Well, if I would like a different Dom, I think Batista, or I would like a different Marcus. I think Batista would do Dom. I think he has that look way better than Phoenix. Phoenix, I'm not entirely sure about. I've always thought Reynolds should do Baird. Once Reynolds came out with his shtick, I was like, oh, he's perfect. That's Baird all the way. I even think they should have Rock in it as one of their tertiary characters, but he can't be a main character. So he probably wouldn't do it. And he dies in the game, so he probably wouldn't do it. But they have to have God, what is that guy that was on what was that show? Not Reno 911. What was the other police show? Terry Crews. That was the name of him. Terry Crews needs to be Coltrane. Hands down. There's no question about that. And then I'm not sure about Anya, though. Need a gritty, kind of posh sounding. Well, I mean, it's acting. You can fake an accent or whatever.
Yeah, you can.
But I think you couldn't have somebody too thin or frail. Can't have somebody too large. I think Gina Carano should be one of the characters that comes in later. There's a lot of little tertiary characters that I think would be cool. But there's one character in the game that always dies, and I thought that would be funny. They're older now, but I was like, oh, that would have been the role you give to Zac Efron when he's the new rookie and then he dies. And then you make it be
it's like Zac Efron in the first one, and then it would have been Ryan Gosling. Like, oh, he's the next brother that dies. That's funny. Have it be these big giant stars that weren't big giant stars back, because this has been out for so long. I thought about this.
Yeah.
I mean, geez. But yeah, but I think he could do. I don't know if Batista can do it anymore, though. He'd have to bulk up again, because I don't think he can do it at the size he is now.
I don't know that he would want to bulk up.
I know, because he was really like, I guess it was really a health thing, just kind of being more normal. So he wanted to be around longer. And I could only imagine we don't see wrestlers live very long. Not without any problems. I mean, there are guys that are older now, Hulk Hogan, Ric Flair, but God, those guys are so messed up. I mean, they did.
I mean, especially Ric Flair.
Yeah. It amazes me that they can even do some of the things that they did. I mean, still, anything at all. But yeah, you see him now and it's like, whew. I saw Ric Flair on a podcast not too long ago. He's a great interview though, man. He really is. He's got a lot of life stories, boy.
And that he does.
Well, I don't want to keep you all day. You can leave whenever you want. I just told him.
I was gonna say I'm gonna have to wrap up here soon because I have things that I got to do in the morning.
Oh yeah, go do what you got to do. I'll make do on one of these member streams. I get in there enough, so.
But I appreciate you joining me, and of course everybody who joined over on the Cosme side. Thank you very much. We had Lady Mist over there. We had DJ Ronnie G over there. Your Ron was over there. Tim was over there. Dadman Walking was over there. Really do appreciate everybody taking time. And I did post Apion's link into the chat. So if anyone wants to subscribe to Apion, it's there. But I want to thank Lady Mist for being with us tonight. Bill McCracken, thank you for being here tonight, Bill. DJ, Dadman Walking, Tim, Admiral Teague, thank you very much.
Nice to see everybody pop in.
Mm-hmm. Of course, Baron.
The original bot.
Yep. Of course, herself, Padawannabe, Leah Rose. Hi. It was nice to see her. And
she's a good wrench.
Yeah, she is. But appreciate everybody. Make sure, if you haven't done so already, to hit that like button, share out the stream, and tell them about Pacific414 Pop Talk. Tell them that we not only talk about pop culture and entertainment and news, but we also have watch parties, and we have fun doing so.
Just a dude being a dude.
Yep. And again, channel members, 8 p.m. Saturday evening, there will be a member stream. I will schedule it probably after tomorrow night's stream of The Last Ronin, starting at 6 p.m. Eastern. If I don't schedule it after that stream, I'll schedule it Friday. But it will be scheduled, and I will put the EV Mugs link into the community post for all channel members.
Be there or be square.
Pretty much. But I know it's Saturday night, everybody's busy, but that's really the best night to do it, and everybody seems to like it at 8 o'clock at night as opposed to 2 o'clock in the afternoon Eastern time. So
I think that
works out.
The holiday coming up, so people will be home getting ready. Because that's next Saturday, right?
No, this Saturday.
This Saturday is, and then Sunday is St. Patrick's Day, right?
Monday is St. Patrick's Day.
Oh, Monday. Okay. Yeah, I think that'll be good.
But yes, thank you again, everybody. Again, make sure that you hit that like button, share out the stream. And if you haven't done so, consider subscribing to the YouTube channel, following over on X, following over on Rumble. And until next time, everybody, remember, don't ever give up on me in a game, because just when you do, you might miss something. Have a good night, all.
Autobots, transform and roll out.
Over and over. Bye.
Good night, Lady Mist.
Definitely one of my more liked outro riffs.
Well, I decided to keep it for the Wednesday show.